Hey YouTube, and welcome to my Elementalist Ultimate Build video. In this video I'll be discussing everything about my Elementalist that really makes him ultimate. So, I'll start with the traits. On the traits I run 0, 0, 10, 30, 30. This gives you high boon duration and recharges your attunements, which are you're swapping between your elements. It gives you high health plus and healing. Gives you toughness and condition damage. You gain toughness when attuned to earth, and you gain armor of earth when your health drops below the threshold, which is 50%. Now I have the trait spent to where when you use a cantrip you gain regen and vigor, so you're gaining all of those just because your health hits 50%, and I also use it down here if I need more. And it also breaks stun, so if you're stunned and your health hits 50%, you're automatically broken from the stun. So it's a really great trait to have no matter what kind of elementalist you are. Down here you regenerate health while attuned to water. That's always a plus with the massive healing power this build has. Reduces recharge on cantrips. Heal all nearby allies when attuning to water, including yourself. That's really helpful for support. There's the one where I gain regen and vigor with cantrips. Deal more damage for each boon on you. This has so much boon gain that your damage increase is huge. So this build is everything at once. It's damage, support, tank, condition removal, and control in one build. It even has minions. And remove a condition when granting regen to yourself or an ally. That would be your cantrips. You gain regen with every cantrip, so that's huge condition removal. Your heal skill will pulse 8 times, removing 8 stacks of conditions, and heals you for a lot. And whenever you attune to water, it's going to get rid of conditions on you and nearby allies. So you have constant regen whether you're in water or not. While you're attuned to water, your health is regenerating by itself, and you have all of your skills being heal traits, and you can always swap to water for more heal skills. So down here, gain fury when you switch attunements. It's not for very long at all, but trust me, you swap attunements like every 2 seconds or even less. You just fire off all your powers and then switch to the next attunement, which grants you boons every time you switch to a different element. When you switch to fire, you gain might, water is regen, air is swiftness, and earth is protection. So endurance recharges faster while wielding a scepter, which I do, and so that increases my endurance regeneration by 50%, so you're dodging all over the place. It's like a constant vigor, and you also gain vigor whenever you're using these, so you can dodge a lot. So down here is where you get the attunement bonuses after you leave the attunement. That's always good to use. There's the one where you gain boons every time you swap to an element, and it also gives those boons to nearby allies, which also helps support. Over here you have skills to have a chance to apply a condition on critical hits, and the chance is only 10%. I mean, that's not very good for this build because my condition critical chance is only 4%, so really that's not gonna happen very much at all. But it's, I don't know, it's extra conditions. But it was really to get to this one. You create an attunement based on the end of your dodge. So every time you dodge, you, depending on your element that you're attuned to, you will create one of those 4 things, and you can right click to change it. So if you're attuned to fire, you do a flame burst. Water, you heal, another heal. Blind on air, and bleeding and cripple when you attune to earth and dodge roll. And like I said earlier, you dodge roll a lot in this build, so you're doing damage even when you're dodging, and you're all over the place, and you really just cannot die unless you got absolutely overwhelmed by 4 or more people. I mean, you might not even be able to kill that many and survive, but you will survive. But, you know, you might not be able to kill all of them, because, you know, it's hard to do such a thing, even with all these massive AoEs down here. Anyway, so for runes, I use the Rune of Water for extra healing and boon duration, 5% chance to remove a condition when hit, which is all the time, and 5% really isn't all that much. But when you're getting hit all the time, yeah. So down here I'm using Scepter, Superior Force for extra damage, and I'm using Dagger for Bloodlust to get the damage. When your Bloodlust is at maximum, you'll have a power of about 3k after every time. Your boon duration's at 40%, decent condition damage, even though it's not very high, it still helps to have some. But that came from the earth magic. Down here I have massive healing power and the attunement recharge. And down here I use Cleric's Amulet for the power and the toughness and the healing power. So basically I use Scepter instead of the dagger strategy because Scepter has combo fields that you can throw down. So when you throw this down, it'll do burning to anyone walking in the ring and do damage. But if you throw off these attacks in the combo field and they hit, then you can gain might for doing so. And you also gain vigor when you use Phoenix, which is even more dodging. And the Dragon's Tooth is big damage. I use this one. It does more damage as they're burning, which they're definitely going to be burning with all these burning skills. And whenever you dodge, you can give them burning. You swap to water. That's just 3 ice shards. I don't use that very much. You also probably won't use Shatterstone very much because when are they going to be standing still long enough to be hit with that? But it can be helpful on downed foes if you just want to beat on someone till they die. This is one of your heal skills to heal the target area, dealing a little damage. This is your Chill aura. It reduces incoming damage by 10%, making you even more of a tank while in water form. And it chills any foe that hits you, reducing their cooldown of all their powers and all of their attacks. And Cleansing Wave is a condition removal and heal skill for anyone nearby and yourself. Your Lightning, this one is a damage hit, so it's a constant auto attack, and it does more damage the longer you remain in their range. This one, you strike them with lightning, it's just damage. This one is, it blinds them. This one is a great movement skill, because you charge with lightning, and you basically can't be hurt. You might be hurt with conditions if you're in the thing, but you won't be able to take damage, and it damages the foes if you hit them. This one is really nice because it's a dodge roll. As you can see, it's an evade skill. You can launch them 200 feet. It's good on Skyhammer and interrupting people who are going for a stomp. And it gives you swiftness, which helps mobility. If you were running around and needed swiftness, you can fire that off. And finally for Earth, you have your bleeding auto attack, which is really good if you want to stack bleeding. This, the rock barrier, when you put it up, it improves your toughness, which is really good, because whether you're in Earth or not, and you keep that up, then you're going to be taking less damage, and with your water aura, you're taking even less damage, and with all your regen and healing, you're a super tank, really, without even having to put all your traits into defense. Over here, it's a blind. You just blast them with sand. It is a ranged attack. Earthquake is you stomp the ground and it knocks them down for 5 seconds. It's also a combo finisher, so if it's used in your fire field, it's going to work. If you use it in anybody else's combo field, it's going to do a combo finisher. And then your Churning Earth is a great power, because you can fire that off, and if you manage to hit anyone in the area, it gives them 8 stacks of bleeding and 4 stacks of cripple. If they move out of your circle, you can use Lightning Flash to teleport over to them, and you'll still hit them within the area. It doesn't interrupt your skill, and you'll gain regen and vigor when you do so. These skills over here are really good when you're pulling off a stomp, because it gives you stability. That one makes it so you can't even be hit at all, and it's just a really, really great build. and your elemental you want to summon right before you go into the battle. Your fire elemental is going to be doing the most damage out of all the other elementals, but the other ones have their benefits, because the ice elemental does deal some decent damage, but it also heals. So if you needed added healing when fighting larger groups, the ice elemental is really good. The air elemental deals damage and stuns. It's good for interrupting people if they're more of a tank build and they're outlasting your damage. The air elemental might be better to use than the fire to keep them stunned. The earth elemental has enormous toughness, so if you need a minion that's just going to need to take hits or just to help deal some damage, then you want to summon the earth elemental. But most of the time you're going to want fire, ice, or air, but earth has its benefits as well. So that's pretty much my build. I don't really focus on underwater combat too much. I prefer to stay on land, but if you have to go underwater, you can try. But I would suggest that you just stay on land. So that's pretty much all the build is. If you have any questions, comment below. Please leave a like and share, and I might post some videos of this build absolutely dominating everything. So thank you all for watching, and have a great day.